Hey y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 11. Now, instead of apologizing that it was late, someone complained saying, oh, you always apologize in front of the video. So from now on, y'all just gonna get these videos when y'all get it. Just kidding. But yeah, my videos are still worth the wait, so enjoy. Let's get into this episode. So the ladies are still in Blue Ridge. They're coming back home from dinner. Kenya's going to her own cabin that's near Marlo's, and before they all turn in for the night, Marlo lets all the ladies know that I'm just letting y'all know that if Kenya doesn't come here tonight or before we leave after breakfast, I don't want her to come to any activities. I'm like, she is just really serious of just excluding Kenya. So now it's the morning of day 2, and quick side note, I love that Marlo got a private chef for the trip. Like, the last thing I want to do if I'm out at a hotel and I'm staying at like an Airbnb or like a house situation, I don't want to worry about making breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So yes, I love a private chef situation. Anywho, we then see Kenya rushing up to the cabin. It's 9:05. It looks like she's gonna play ball with Marlo and stay at the cabin after all. All the ladies are happy to see Kenya, and I feel like Kenya wasn't gonna miss an opportunity not to be a part of this trip or get camera time, because I heard they get paid per episode now. So Marlo tries to greet Kenya with a hug, and I mean, I respect Kenya for not being fake in this moment. Like, she's here, she agreed to your ultimatum, like, just be glad that she's playing ball with you and just get along for the sake of the group. We cut to Marla'S Confession. She's excited about all the things she has planned out for the ladies, and she keeps saying she's not gonna let Kenya kill her vibe. Well, we will see about that. So as Kenya's looking around the cabin, Marlo tells her that she wants to speak to her privately whenever she gets a moment. You heard me, Kenya? For some reason, Marlo is intent on speaking to Kenya one-on-one before the day starts. But little do we know, this is the start of World War III. So Kenya is sitting down talking to Sonya for a bit, and Sonya calls herself Peacemaker, trying to get her to talk to Marlo and accept her gift. Kenya is just trying to pay Marlo dust right now. She says she's not in a rush to talk to Marlo or accept her gift. Sonya's going to bat for Marlo all of a sudden. When did they become all buddy-buddy? Because as I recall, I think Marlo was shading Sonya in the beginning. Kenya tells Sonya that she ain't falling for the BS. Like, she threw out her own nephew, so she knows she don't give a damn about her. Ooh. Now, the only reason Kenya knows about this is because of Candy, and I knew Kenya was going to put that little tidbit in her pocket and save it for later. So Sonya's trying to tell Kenya that she needs to be more sensitive to Marlo's plight, she's never done this before, she's been put in this situation. Kenya does not give a damn about Marlo's sob story, and then tells Sonya her own struggles growing up and not feeling wanted by her mom. I think Sonya should just stay out of it. Kenya makes it known that she just doesn't want to be bothered by Marlo. She doesn't want to be provoked. She just wants her to stay over there and be happy. I think the problem with Marlo is she wants to make sure Kenya complies to her rules because she wants to be the HBIC. Kenya ain't gonna allow that. So then that's where the stalemate is gonna come in. Okay, see, Sonya, now you wrong for this. I was starting to like you, but this is too messy. So she basically takes what Kenya said and, goes to Sheree, and then both of them go to Marlo. So she proceeds to tell Marlo what she just heard from Kenya, telling her that, oh, Kenya said you battling demons, and then what she said about Marlo's nephews. Now, what does that help? Especially because they about to all go on a trip together. That does not solve anything. I blame all this what's about to come on Sonya. She could have waited to tell her this. I know they're trying to make a TV show, but drama that early in the morning before they even go out and do the activities? At least wait till they done with the day. So then Marla wants to know, how does she know about her nephews? She's like, who told her that? Sonya didn't say anything, but Sheree, I know she definitely did. She talked about well, look, we were just talking about it. But Marlo isn't mad at Sheree for disclosing that. I honestly think that Candy was the first one to tell Kenya, though. Marlo is seeing red right now. She's like, first of all, let that bitch know. Sonya, look what you done started. Ooh, I hope Kenya come for Sonya at the reunion. She didn't have no business telling Marlo that. So now Marlo is adamant about getting that one-on-one with Kenya. And if she don't want to talk to her, then she's not going on the activity she has planned. Lord, I guess the word of the day is demons, because according to Marlo, Kenya is the one battling demons. So now Marlo is full praying with Sonya, like hand in hand and all. She was like, please leave my nephews out her mouths, and I want to talk about baby Brooklyn. And speaking of that, did y'all see the Claudia Jordan interview with her and Cynthia on? Like, Marlo is coming for Kenya's child now. Like, well, not coming for her child, but saying that she didn't really give birth to Brooklyn because it wasn't her egg. Like, what, Marlo? Like, I think that's just disgusting. That is Kenya's child. She gave birth to her. Who cares if it's not her egg? Does that not make her a mother? Y'all let me know what y'all thought of that interview in the comments. So Sonya and Sheree go back downstairs where the other ladies are, as if they didn't just start a war just now. So then we see Sheree talking to Candy and Kenya, two people with actual businesses that are successful, I would say. I think Kenya's business is successful, and they're just giving Sheree advice because she's still trying to get She by Sheree off the ground. Now, the problem Sheree has is she's doing it all by herself because she doesn't want to pay anyone to help her. So then the ladies get a knock on the door, and it's Fatum or Futon, I don't know, but it's the new friend it's Sheree's friend. And she made it to the cabin after all. Like, I didn't even realize she was invited to this. All the ladies are welcoming except for Drew because they did not squash their beef yet. Something about Fatum, like, she doesn't look all the way there. Do y'all know what I mean? So as the ladies about to head out the cabin for their first activity, Marlo sternly asks Kenya, can she speak to her before they walk out the door? Kenya looks like she's slightly ignoring Marlo, like pretending she can't hear him. So then Marlo's like, did you hear me, Kenya? Can you sit back for a minute so I can go speak to you? Kenya's like, oh yeah. She walks out the room and says, yeah, I'll figure it out. And then Marlo's she's done with her now. And she says, well, you can figure it out now or you can figure out your way to get home. Kenya's like, can you please not speak to me like that? And here we go. Here we go. So then Kenya just goes downstairs. Like, Marlo really wants to have this one-on-one with her. So then Marlo follows Kenya down the stairs to go talk to her. She wants this moment and Kenya does not want to give it to her. So producers now give us a time stamp. It's 11:05 when they're supposed to leave out the door. Marlo, I kid you not, is chasing Kenya through the damn house to talk to her, and Kenya is just running from her to the point where they're breaking the fourth wall, and we see cameramen chasing Kenya through the house because they can't keep up with her. Kenya is laughing too. This is petty now. This is too much. They are wasting our time right now. I feel sorry for everyone else in the house. Lord, they're going back and forth now, and Candy's trying to mediate and tell Kenya that Marlo is trying to talk to you right now. Can you please just hear her out? But now Kenya wants to speak to Marlo, but only if it's in front of all the other ladies. She doesn't want to do a one-on-one. So now we're at another stalemate. So nobody wants to be the bigger person right now. Marlo says Kenya's full of shit. She then tells it to her face that you have a nice trip back. We're about to go to this activity. Kenya then says, please do not speak directly to me. Oh my God. Have a safe trip back, Kenya. Have a safe trip back, Kenya. Don't speak to me. Have a safe trip back, Kenya. This is annoying, y'all. This is not even fun. Like, it's ridiculous how they're going back and forth with each other. They're both wrong at this point. The other ladies just want to leave the house and start the day. Marlo's like, no, we're not going until I have this conversation with Kenya. And Kenya's just standing there being like, nope. I don't want to talk to you unless you have to tell me what you got to say in front of all the ladies. So yeah, they're basically holding the ladies hostage. So then Marlo calls out Kenya for talking about her nephews and say, you better not ever speak on them again. Marlo says, no one in this group will take me away from my nephews. And Kenya's like, yeah, because you gave them away already. Oh, Kenya. I mean, she is serving Marlo a taste of her own medicine. But, ooh. I actually heard that Marlo went lower with Kenya and brought up her daughter, but they edited it out. Marlo then goes back to her tired reads to Kenya talking about the fake booty. Girl, there are so many other things you can say about Kenya than bringing up Mark, her child, or her ass. There really is. Marlo then tells the other ladies, why are we waiting on this bitch? One monkey don't stop no show, and then she goes to the car, but Kenya goes right to the second car. And Marlo's like, where are you going? Go home. and Kenya is staying right where she is. So now they are all just stuck in the driveway. Marlo then tells the Uber driver not to let Kenya in the car. We still got 30 more minutes left, y'all. So then production lets us know 30 minutes later, they're still in the driveway arguing. Child, now we at 1 hour later in the driveway. An hour in the driveway, y'all. Like, they were just going back and forth like that? These are two grown-ass women, like, in their 50s. Candy at this point is trying to intervene and say, this is not fair for y'all to, like, hold us hostage in the driveway. Can we just please go to where we're going? But Marlo's like, she don't want Kenya there. So, I mean, what Marlo gonna do? Like, forcibly, like, snatch Kenya out the car? It's not gonna happen. So, somebody gotta budge. Sonya then goes up to Kenya trying to reason with her. Sonya, this is all your fault. You started this, and I'm with Kenya. She's like, girl, get out of my face. Kenya has a good point, though. Like, Sonya didn't like the way Drew was treating Sheree, but yet it's okay for Marlo to treat Kenya that way. So it's a double standard. Sonya, I don't want to hear it in your confessional. This is all your fault. You're trying too hard to be the new bone collector, and it's not working. What is it with these new girls and trying so hard? Like, seriously, when was the last new addition to this franchise that actually worked out? It wasn't Eva, it wasn't Drew. Sonya, I mean, she started okay at first, but I'm not liking her. Kim Fields didn't work. What's her name? Belle Biv and DeVoe's wife? Charisse? Shamari, Lord, I forgot her name. Like, that's the problem. They can't find good cast members on this show. Like, I think the last great addition to this show was Kenya and Portia from season 5. Oh my God, an hour and a half in the driveway. They still in a standoff. Like, that is a whole feature film, y'all, and they just stood in the driveway? This is insane. So now they're trying to make an effort to figure out who going with who. Like, Marlo's like, y'all can go with me, Jim Mine, and they can just do something else. So she tells Drew, just come in the car with me. And then with Fatum right there with Sheree, and then Drew says, with Fatum standing right in front of her next to Sheree, oh, I'm not riding with this bitch. Really, Drew? Like, we already got this standoff, and now you trying to make it worse, picking a fight with Fatum? Fatum now looks like she needs to be held back, and now both ladies are separated by production. You got Fatum saying, hey, like she's drunk or some shit, and then you got Drew on the other hand just barking, arf, 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 you're her dog, arf. She is so fucking lame, y'all. Like, Drew stands, like, I don't get what y'all seeing her for this show. I really don't. I can't imagine how annoyed the other ladies are being stuck in this situation, because I'm annoyed watching this. Candy is all of us now. She just sitting on the stoop of the cabin, just like... So Candy and Muñetta, they finally had enough of this, and they go in the backyard to go take pictures by the lake. They tell Kenya to come join them, and she obliges. We then get a timestamp. It is 1:05 now. So 2 hours have passed since they walked out the door. They have not gone anywhere but the driveway. So then we see Marlo go back into the house, and she's followed by Sheree and Sonya, and she's having a nervous breakdown. I can't do this. I can't do this. I don't want this drama. Her voice is deep as hell, ain't it? Marlo, you clearly want this drama because you're being just as petty as Kenya. Like, somebody has to be the bigger person, or y'all not gonna go to the gym mining thing. Meanwhile, you got the other ladies outside on the trampoline. Nothing has happened in this episode, y'all. This is sad, man. I'm annoyed, but I am laughing at the ridiculousness of this too. Kenya, though, she's unbothered. I think she's just getting pleasure out of ruining Marlo's trip. Like, she's happy jumping up and down on the trampoline. So Marlo and her followers go out to the car, but then they see the other ladies in the backyard having fun on the trampoline. Then we see Marlo now having fun on the trampoline. She's in better spirits, so now she doesn't mind Kenya going to the gym mining activity. That's all she had to do in the beginning. They wasted 2 hours. So our next time stamp as the ladies are on the road is now 2:05. And we are 45 minutes into the episode and they are just doing the first activity of the day. Yeah, I think we can chalk this up to a filler episode. So they make it to this gem mining activity and this shit just looked like a tourist trap. And by the looks of the owner of this store, I'm surprised there's no Confederate flags inside. This guy is pretty cold and not that friendly to the ladies. Production then zooms in on the Trump 2024 sign he has hanging up. Of course, he looks like a Trump supporter. All right, Kenya, she gets 10 points for that. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I disrupted your Trump 2024 sign. Here you go. On camera. Now that is some petty shit I would do. That is such an awkward moment though. So I'm gonna fast forward through this boring gem mining activity. It does look like Drew and Fatum still got some words with each other. Like Fatum looked like she ready to scrap. I feel like Fatum has a little flask on her and she's just been taking swigs all day. Cause that's what she looks like. She looks drunk still. She's like, hey! And here go Drew with this weak ass puppy read. Here goes your puppy, Sheree, your puppy, arf, arf, arf. So then they leave from this boring ass activity and I'm guessing the day is already over. They're back at the cabin. So we're inside Marlo'S room now and Sheree's going in to talk to her. It looks like Marlo is packing up now. She's over the entire trip. She's ready to go. She's like, I'm over this, Sheree. I can't do this anymore. Didn't she just say in the beginning of the episode she wasn't gonna let Kenya get to her? And that is exactly what she did. She is too concerned about Kenya. So now Marlo has called for a house meeting and Sheree's letting all the women know. So all the ladies are gathered around and Marlo is just like, I've tried so hard, y'all. Like, I came here to relax with my girls and I feel worse than when I came here. I'm Candy right now. Fatum then apologized for making things worse. They going back and forth again. Drew does one of the lamest things in housewife history and reaches into her purse and throws out a doggy bone in Fatum's direction. A doggy bone. So that means she purchased that and she put that in her bag full well knowing that she was going to use it on this trip. The people that love Drew in the chat, this is y'all girl? Y'all like her for this show. It's not even funny. It's lame. It's whack. We cut to Sheree and her confessional. She's like, did this bitch just throw Ralph's dildo at her? And actually, according to Candy on Speak On It, she said Drew threw more than one bone at Fatum's direction. They just cut it out. They need to cut Drew out this show. This better be her last season. We then cut to Drew's confession and producers ask her, do you own a dog? She's like, I used to own a dog. So that means she went out and bought doggy treats just for this scene. Just for this scene. So she bought props. Just lame. So as things calm down, Marlo tells all the ladies, much like her nephews, to get out. Because she can't take it anymore. She arranged cars for everybody. She's canceling the trip. A few of the ladies are stunned. Kenya doesn't care, and I don't know why Marlo canceled the trip. Like, she basically let Kenya get to her. Marlo gets a little pushback from Manetta, but she knows her place as the friend of the show. She can't really persuade Marlo in this moment. Marlo has made up her mind. She just wants the trip to end. So Marlo goes back up to her room. She's now complaining to her makeup artist. She's like, today drained me. It drained me. Child, the madness continues. We see Futon still looking around the house trying to beat up Drew. Production is holding her back. We cut back to Marlo complaining to her makeup artist. And y'all, that is where the episode ends. So not only was this a filler episode, it was a waste of a cash trip too. This is rookie behavior, Marlo. You've been on here for what, like 10 years? And you let Kenya ruin your first trip that you organized for the ladies. And it started out so well too. Like, all she had to do was just be the bigger person and not let Kenya kill her vibe. They were both wrong, but Marlo came out looking more like a clown than Kenya. I didn't like this episode at all. They wasted our time. Married to Medicine was better. And speaking of that, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for my Married to Medicine review. Bye.